Hey everyone.
Hi guys.
I wonder how many people are actually watching on this glorious day.
Yeah, I don't blame you if you're not. I would be outside too. It's like, bang, it went from crappy weather,
Yeah, like windstorms.
like winterish weather, to glorious springtime.
Yay! So it's a long weekend and we're all getting ready to partay and open up the freaking outside, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, absolutely. That's this weekend, is getting the patio ready for the outside
Yay!
living. Yeah, so when we set this up, we were having a winter storm. Is how they characterized it, being a pattern that you generally don't see this part of the world unless it's fall or winter. So we set up kind of a winter beer tasting. So now it just seems kind of ludicrous to do what we're doing here today.
Wait, is it a winter beer?
Well, yeah. So we're featuring stouts.
Yeah. Oh, I see. It's got the label.
See?
Did
Yeah.
you get?
Yeah, and Guinness. So just to give you a little history of it, stout comes from, it's an older, well, any beer is older, I think. Beer's been around for a long time. Stouts come from the late 1600s, and the word stout, it's taken from the traditional meaning of stout, meaning, solid and strong. Because traditionally, stouts were what was a name given to porter beers that were usually any porter above a 7% alcohol content, or a stronger porter, was called a stout.
Oh, so it's got more alcohol in it.
Well, that was the initial thing. Now it's just, if it's a dark beer, it can be a stout, from what I gather. The other thing I learned here is that I've bitten off way more than I can chew. There is so much to know with beer production and all this. So I'm going to be learning along with you. I'll provide you what little knowledge I can get.
And what's even funnier, guess who got to go and pick out the beers today? Okay, I am not a stout lover.
I had to work, and Sue was, So.
I am not a stout lover. I like the Pilsner lager ones. I knew what they're called now. Anyways, I had the friends at Cascadia Liquor Store in Langford help me. They were awesome.
Yeah,
They picked out which ones.
They have a great if you're looking for a great craft beer selection, go there to Cascadia Liquor Store. Yeah, just a whole wall full of it.
I gotta grab my phone. I'll be right back. You tell them all about all the wisdom you've gained.
So, porters were named after people that did that job.
Really?
Porters.
What is a porter?
Well, porters, typically you'd hear about porters on a train. They were the guys that, they'd like move your luggage for you and get you set up and that kind of stuff. And I guess they were rather partial to the dark beers being produced way back then. This is, I think, from way back. And then, let's see, what have we got here? And then there were different types of stout, back to the stout part, different types of it being produced after World War I. You'd start getting things like oatmeal stout and milk stout. Milk stout would have lactose in it as a sweetener. A milk sugar, lactose.
Oh, not good for those lactose intolerant folks.
I guess not.
Yeah. Yeah, got it.
Anyway, we're going to start with, so we're going to compare a few different types of things.
I have my backup drink right here.
But they're all stouts. So we're going to start with.
What was that noise?
I have no idea.
It sounded like a missile taking off when he opened the beer. Yeah. We have no idea what's going to happen in the Guinness. Did you? Yeah, okay.
I wonder if it picked it up. It was the weirdest sound I've ever heard.
I'm deaf, so I kind of heard a whee.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Anyway, well, that'll be fun.
Guinness is produced in Dublin, first produced by a guy named Arthur Guinness in 1759. That's how old that is. It is one of the most successful alcohol brands. It's brewed in nearly 50 countries. It's available in more than 120 countries. And a decade ago, sales topped 850 million liters worldwide. For my American friends,
probably all in St.
American, yeah, probably. For my American friends in gallons, that would be somewhere around 212 million American gallons.
Crazy.
A lot.
Now, we were in Dublin, and I think that's where Jesse actually had his very first legal beer, right? Yeah.
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 Legal beer.
Crazy.
Yes. I had with Jesse
a Guinness.
Now,
what
in
was that,
Dublin.
What was that square called with all the bars?
Temple Bar.
Oh my God! If you ever get a chance to go to Dublin, you absolutely have to go check that out. It has just got all this live entertainment, and it's just like a big street festival.
So the big thing with Guinness is the cascade of bubbles down the side. Could you show them that? Yeah.
I have not had a manicure, so there you go. Look at the cascade of bubbles. So is there a special way of pouring it?
There is. I tried to Google it, but just as I was doing that, our power went out. Like 5 minutes to 6. Our power went out. I think I did it fairly close to right. You are supposed to open it and then leave it for a little bit.
Oh, it's good that you're supposed to open it. Okay.
Smart ass.
And let it go. Whee!
Yeah, that must have been the widget in it. There's a little thing.
What's a widget?
There's a little thing in there.
What is that?
It provides nitrogenation to it, I think, which gives it a very creamy head.
I do like Guinness. Mm-hmm. Mm. You didn't do a little 4-leaf clover though. They do that. That's pretty good. Well, yeah, up your game.
Up my game, yeah, right.
You know what this tastes like.
I do know what Guinness tastes like.
It is pretty yummy. I don't mind it.
Guinness is rated at 40 IBUs. You know what IBUs is?
No.
IBUs is a measure of bitterness. It's international bitterness units.
Is it out of 100? I
think. No, it's the IBU is actually the parts per million of a chemical called isohumulone, which comes from the hops, and that's what gives the beer its bitterness. So the more IBUs you have, the hoppier and the more bitter the beer is going to be. The lower the IBUs, the less bitter.
Oh, see, now I'm going to like the lower IBUs.
Yeah, so
okay, cool.
So that's 40. That's kind of low for a stout, I think.
All right.
This is classed as an Irish stout, obviously, because it's from
really
Ireland.
Shocking.
Yeah. So we're just going to leave that there for comparison.
Okay.
Which one should we do now? We're not going to do them all. We're going to do...
Yeah.
Okay, so this one, I read up a little bit on all of these. This one kind of caught my eye. This was... Let me flip to the notes on this. This is from a brewery called Wild Ambition. I believe that's in Kelowna.
Cool.
Oh, speaking of which, just let me backtrack here for a minute. Last time we did beer, I made a big stupid mistake, and I wanted to...
We put it in the
correct it and at least apologize for it. I said that Steam Whistle Lager was from Steamworks in Vancouver. It wasn't. It was a brewery unto themselves in Ontario, Toronto. Yeah.
But we correct.
So apologies for that to all involved. This one is from Kelowna.
And I do like the can. It's kind of cool. That's
Yeah.
why I picked it, because I like the can. I have no idea what it tastes like. It just looked pretty.
It is pre-war stout.
So do you think it's from pre-war? Which war?
So here's how I know that we're getting into territory that I am nowhere close to being qualified to be. before the 1900s, they didn't have the same quality controls and stuff, right?
Yeah.
So there's a type of Brett, type of yeast associated with the ales of Great Britain called
There will be a test after, by the way. All these terms.
Brettanomyces.
What? Brettanomyces?
Yeah, it's literally it literally means British fungus.
There you go. British fungus. Now you're good for your next Jeopardy round. Yeah.
So Brettanomyces, it's just shortened to Brett. So this Brett flavor was a lot more prevalent in the pre-World War I years.
Okay, well, let's give it a whirl.
And it's so the brewers tried to do away with it because it gives it kind of a funky. One description was a horse blanket.
Wonderful.
I know,
Looking
right?
forward to tasting
Yeah,
this.
it gives it a funkiness, a spice, a fruity flavor, an acetic acid finish. It says.
This would work well on your face. Some of you could do facials with this.
Yeah. So I mean, which they tried to do away with, and then they found out that some people actually like that.
Oh.
You know, kind of like, you know, you wouldn't think you'd ever want to eat mold, but people love blue cheese, right?
Well, that's a good point.
So anyway, this Brettanomyces yeast kind of comes along for the ride with the others brewery. Now let's just compare it. So it's got a darker head, a lot more head than the Guinness. It's as black, if not blacker, than Guinness.
Do you want me to just take it up there?
Yeah.
And I'll take the Guinness up too.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the Brett is common in a glucose-rich fermenting
Guinness? Oh, no, Guinness?
environment.
This is backwards for me. And this is the horse blanket. There we go.
So before the sanitation methods that came in the 20th century after the First World War, beers were often partially Brett fermented, whether they meant to be or not, just because it was a naturally occurring yeast that came in glucose-rich environments.
I am rather savvy or flavorful.
You're very flavorful of that, are you?
Very flavorful. I'm very favoring the horse blanket. Now I'll never call it anything else because you've got that in my brain.
The horse blanket, yeah.
No, it's good. It's kind of fizzy. Like it's a little bit.
It's fizzy.
Try it. You'll see what I mean. It's different. Like I don't know if it's. I wouldn't describe it. It's got a kind of a fizz in it. Do you like it?
Yeah.
I thought because you're looking at me frowning.
No, I mean
like,
it has a real. It does have a real fizz to it, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's good.
There is no IBU rating for this.
Okay.
It does seem to have a bitterness, and I'm thinking that's the acetic acid finish coming out.
I actually like this.
Acetic acid is vinegar, by the way.
Oh, okay.
This is none of these really so far are living up to the whole idea of stout being a stronger beer. That one is.
It's not that strong. I don't like the really strong.
No, that one's 6.5%.
Oh, okay.
Guinness is. I don't even know what Guinness is. 4.2%. I mean, that's almost a light beer, right?
Yeah. No, it's good. I would recommend this. And I just like the pilsners and the lagers.
So you might actually like the sours because
the sours.
that's good. Yeah, there's a whole class of beer called sours.
No, that'll be the next one.
I've found one sour that I like.
Oh, really? But what you like and I like are two different things. As I said to him, okay, but we're going to do the, I won't say the S word, but we're going to do the crappy version today, are we? We did the good one last time. And what was your immediate response? No, this would be the good one. That was crap. So you got to take it with a grain of salt.
Which one should we do next? I feel like we should.
Are we doing all of these?
No.
Oh, too bad. One of these
could.
No, I'm kidding. One of them, there's only two of us here. We'd have to drink all these. One of these is a Canadian winner, he told me. Did you find which one?
No, I didn't.
Okay.
I couldn't find. This one has gotten a bunch of awards, so I think we'll try that one, even though it's
In the U.S.?
it's from San Diego.
Yeah.
Well, let's do that one now.
So the guy at Cascadia forced me actually to buy this one. And he's like, not forced me, like hand behind. He just said, really, you want to try this. You know, even though it's because, you know, I know you're not doing anything outside of Canada, but you must try this. Commenting, so I'm just going to see if I can see what they're saying.
So a common thread amongst all the stouts tend to be a coffee, chocolate, toffee sort of finish. Okay. This one, no exception, coffee, toffee, caramel, and dark chocolate notes to it.
So Leslie says he's not a fan of Guinness, but when I was in Ireland, there was at that brewery, they came out with the lighter beer. Sorry, Leslie, if I'm not reading this right, because I'm completely blind. So that's interesting, hey?
So Guinness does make a bunch of different ones.
Okay.
So look at how dark the head on that is. That's like a rich brown head. We're still keeping with the nearly black color. That's got a reddish tinge to it.
This one is fancy. It looks kind of like a root beer float, isn't it? Okay.
This is Alesmith Speedway Stout. This, like we mentioned, comes from San Diego. This is 12% alcohol. This is the same strength as wine.
That's what he told me. Yeah, he said it's 12%. Watch out. Another one of them is 12%.
Yeah, so this is, they characterize this as huge. But it's supposed to be.
That's good. Wow. You're gonna really like this.
Yeah, this one's won a few awards.
Yeah, you really like it. It's just a little strong for me, but it's very tasty. Like I could have maybe a tiny glass of it and I'd be good. But I would recommend giving this a whirl. What do you think?
You like it?
Yeah, it's okay. Apparently not. He's got the downward smile.
No. I love it. I'm surprised because to me it comes across like molasses cookies.
Oh yeah, we know.
Molasses cookies with a huge ass kick to it.
Okay, well, you might as well just make me throw up right now. It doesn't to me.
Okay. Very dark, very rich, very flavorful. It's.
But do you like it?
Yeah, I do like it.
Okay.
None of these are what I would. Like these are all sitting around by the fire when it's pouring rain out kind of beer, which we were doing up till yesterday. So, you know.
Well, that's true.
So we've got one from Squamish, one from New West, but you know, I think I'm going to come back to the island to finish.
Good.
And we're going to do the Kelp Stout.
Is that Tofino? Yes.
From Tofino.
Okay.
I have tried this before. I seem to remember I like it. So this comes with the traditional flavor profiles that all the other ones seem to have, with the exception of this has a salty finish.
Oh,
like
I'm gonna like
salted chocolate.
Salted chocolate. I think Marilyn said something about chocolate in there.
Or salted toffee or something.
Yeah, I mean, what can go wrong?
Hence the kelp part.
Kelp?
It's called Kelp Stout.
Oh, is kelp salty? Oh, right. Never mind.
I would imagine kelp is
I wonder
salty.
where the salt comes from. I was about to ask. Okay.
So very similar to the last one, actually. Look at these black beers.
Yeah, this one's really, really, really black. I think it's a little bit lighter on the fuzzy stuff.
The head.
I just can't say that for some reason. There you go. Well, I mean, you just keep going on about it. There you go.
Have you tried it?
No, I was. Oh yeah, right. That's what my job is. Here we go.
Stout is supposed to
be. That's delicious.
Enjoyed around 50 to 55 degrees. I
was going to ask you. It's supposed to be warm, right?
Well, it's not warm. It's supposed to be cool.
It's like red wine. I could see that. It's yeah.
The reason for it is that if it's colder, some of the flavors that the brewers intended to be in there don't showcase as well.
That's really good. You know why? You can taste the chocolate. It tastes like a chocolatey dessert. Like you almost, and again, I'm not a stout beer fan. Just wait for that little bit of aftertaste. Right? Can you taste it?
Yeah. Are you getting the salt?
No,
There's a little bit of a salt finish to it. It's really kind of neat.
It's the dark chocolate though. It's just like, now this is something you want to have a little sip around a campfire or something.
Yeah, there was no IBU for that either. My thought is that it would be pretty low. There's not a lot of bitterness to that at all.
No, not at all.
The coffee and chocolate really stand out with this. They're not as huge as with the Alesmith one, but then again, it's not that massive 12%
like a wine,
alcohol content,
which is the same as a wine, right?
Yeah. 12% is around what a wine is.
Well, those are delicious. So we're not going to open these other ones, but I will. Maybe we'll save them for another day, because you got a couple here that look really good, but we haven't reviewed them. Unless you want to open them, it's up to you. No, you got 4 to drink already, because he knows I'm not going to drink them.
No.
Now, speaking of beer, though, I don't know if you guys know this. You probably saw it on the news feeds if you live in Victoria. But they're having every Friday that open market at Langford Station now. They're having like a little beer festival?
They've redone the area on Station Road in Langford. If you're familiar with the area at all, it's where the train station used to be when there were trains.
Mm-hmm.
So they've been doing some work to it and. Starting this weekend, through the summer, they're going to have like food trucks, beer vendors. In fact, I think the beer vendors are sponsoring that.
Oh, are they?
I think so.
I know, but we gotta go.
There's a bunch of, by all means, look it up if you're in the area. There's a bunch of Canada Day celebrations. I think there's like a pancake breakfast.
That's like Canada Day, though, right?
Oh, did I say Canada Day?
I was just gonna say, you've been saying that all day. I'm like, it's not July.
Yeah, no, I'm sorry. I meant Victoria Day.
Victoria Day, oh, okay.
Victoria Day, which is coming.
But it's every Friday. They call it the Pop-Up Festival.
Yeah.
So it's kind of cool. We're going to have to check.
Yeah, there's going to be vendors and stuff, and I don't know what they're selling, but
we're going to go down there and do a little bit of a live stuff like we did at the Gym Festival.
Yeah.
We'll give it a whirl. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, what are they saying?
And I promise we will have some guests at some point for you. The truth of the matter is the yard looks so crappy that I am embarrassed to have anybody over at this point.
I just thought that nobody liked us. Just kidding. No.
Well,
we haven't invited them. That's the problem. Okay, what does it say? Okay, you got to read this because I'm blind. Oh, for crying out loud. You have these on your freaking head. Okay. All right, I'm coming to read.
Marilyn, she's going to...
save them for me. I have to get over there. Yes, you've been promising for a year, darling. Get over here. We'd love to see you. But yeah, so we don't know what we're going to do next week.
No, I think next week we're going to be back to cocktails. We're going to, maybe outside, we're going to touch base with Tanya and see what the situation is with that gin joint that we're looking forward to christening.
That's right.
The January gin joint. So we may have a report to do on that, but it will be back to mixed drinks next week.
And then we're going to move on to other stuff. We're going to do some more comparisons because we've only done your kind of drink, not mine.
Yeah. There's all kinds of stuff we can do. So fear not, you're going to be plagued with us for a while.
Yeah. Well, have yourselves. We didn't do birthdays. There's so many people that have birthdays. Happy birthday to everyone.
Yes, happy birthday, everyone.
I know, it's like...
Everyone that's having a birthday this year, happy birthday.
I know we used to do it all the time, but then I felt really bad if we missed someone, so I'm like, you know what? We're just happy birthday, everyone.
Well, we've been doing this for over a year now, so if we wished you happy birthday last year, just kind of continue that on.
We're so lazy. All right, you guys. Have a fabulous long weekend, and we'll talk to you next week.